These Aussies are having a great time. So for whatever reason, I recorded a whole video introduction, and my phone just kind of wiped it all out. So anyhow, the project that I'm working on is to basically extend the engine block heater cord, because the way they've got it all tucked up under the hood doesn't really do you a lot of good. I mean, if it's freezing cold and snowing outside, who wants to pop the hood twice a day to use that cord? So I wanted to come up with some way to extend it so that I could just, have it right down here on the bumper somewhere and get to it easy. And I thought about a couple of different options, but anyhow, I decided on a little project here with a AC pass-through outlet, and I just wanted to kind of show you this. It's something that's pretty simple and quick that you could do at home real easy on your diesel. So if you got a Jeep Wrangler, Gladiator, whatever the case might be, one of these Rams, you might want to check this out. Might be something you want to do if you live in a cold climate. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention is not all of the EcoDiesels have the engine block heater from the factory. Apparently it's like a $95 option. Now I have it because I have the North Edition, and the North Edition includes the block heater as a part of the package. But if you don't get the North Edition, you might want to check that box off on the order sheet. It's 95 bucks, and if you live in a cold climate, it's worth having. So I just wanted to mention that because some guys might be looking around under the hood for a block heater and you can't find one. It's because it's not really standard equipment. So originally I started looking around at extension cords, like a short extension cord, so I could run it down here and maybe like zip tie it to the tow hook or something. But then I found this on Amazon from Noco. It's an AC port plug with a 6-foot extension cable built into it. So I thought, that might be kind of nice, because then you could have a nice fitting, like an outlet, pass-through outlet there with a sealed cap on it to keep the weather out of it, and it would look a little nicer and work pretty good. And the price is about the same as buying just an extension cord by itself. So I went ahead and picked one of these up. You can see how it works there on the box. So basically all you have to do is take a 2-inch hole saw to make a hole, and then you can screw this in and plug it up and you're good to go. Now the cap on this is weather tight, seals off really well, and it's kind of made for this type of application. So you're not going to have any trouble with it. So I thought what I could do, like I said, is maybe get down here low somewhere and mount it down here on this plastic air dam. I would much rather, if I need to one day for whatever reason, I'd much rather replace this plastic piece, which would be a lot cheaper and a lot easier, rather than drilling a hole into the steel bumper there. So I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to find a good spot down here somewhere, make a 2-inch hole and mount that up. And then, like I said, quick and easy to use it in the mornings without having to pop the hood. So here's what the one that I got looks like. And made out of some really nice material. They give you a gasket with it, obviously. You can see the length of the cord, so you've got plenty of cord there. And you've got this pressure seal cap here, which is really, really nice. So this is going to work real good. Okay, so I got a nice, perfectly round hole here, thanks to my hole saw that I got at Harbor Freight. Went and picked up a cheap hole saw kit, and just made a nice little incision there in this plastic portion of the bumper. Of course, that active air dam gets in the way, so you can't really see, but there's the cord coming up through there. And then from there, I'm just going to route it up underneath the hood, which is pretty simple to do. And you can see the cord there. I just got to tidy it up, but that gave me plenty. That 6-foot length gave me plenty to go over here and make my connection to the block heater. And you can actually see, if you look down in there, you can actually see where the block heater terminates, way down there. But anyhow, so now it's just a matter of going ahead and putting this up in the hole where I want it and orient it the proper way. And then we'll put the screws in and find some zip ties and tidy everything up. All right, so there's the finished product. You can barely even see it. I mean, if you're looking for it, you can barely see it. So most people will never even know it's there. And if you're standing up at normal height, you can't see it at all. But see, it makes it very easy when it's time to plug up the block heater cord to just walk over here, pull down the seal, plug your cord in, and you're ready to go. Nice little project that doesn't cost a lot of money to do, and it makes things really convenient, because the last thing you want to be doing on a frigid below zero morning is coming out and fooling with the hood just to get to your block heater cord, right? So I just thought this would be a nice little project. So there you go, guys. Might be something that you guys want to do too. So I mentioned that the one of the next videos I might do may have something to do with this. This is the Hot Shots Secret Everyday Diesel Treatment. A lot of guys use this. The Hot Shots brand seems to perform better than a lot of the other brands, and this stuff is relatively inexpensive. And when you buy a bottle like this, you can see there it treats 400 gallons. You know, I've been using this stuff all summer, and as you can see, I've only used half of it. So anyhow, what I thought I would do maybe is just run some tanks. Like I said, I've been running this all summer and into the fall. So I got a pretty good idea now of what kind of mileage this truck gets using this product and how smooth it operates. And so now I thought that I would run some tanks with no treatment at all, you know, just straight diesel fuel from the pump, and see if I can notice any difference, you know, and just tell, you'll be able to tell, you know, if it's really doing anything for this stock EcoDiesel truck. Now so far I've only got one tank through this truck, and the mileage is actually down about 1 mile per gallon without the treatment. Now what I want to do is run a few more tanks. I don't think it's fair to make a call on that after just one tank of fuel. So I'm going to run a few more tanks, and then we'll average everything out, and that'll give us a better idea. But so far, this treatment does seem to improve the fuel economy just a little bit. And the other thing I have noticed is that without the treatment, the engine's a little bit more rattly. It's got a little bit more of that diesel rattle, which personally I don't really mind it. I kind of like the way diesel engines sound. But the point is, you can tell that the engine doesn't quite run as smooth. This really does seem to kind of cut down on some of the noise. It seems to not rattle and vibrate as bad when I'm using this. So, you know, as far as seat of the pants feel goes, there is a little bit of a benefit here. But the main thing I want to know is, you know, financially, because obviously you're buying this product. It's not free. You're paying something for it. You know, so if you're not getting a fuel economy benefit, it's not worth it to me. And that's what I really want to know is, financially, are you going to save money at the pump running this stuff? So give me a few more tanks and I'll give you a full update on it. But so far it seems to be a pretty good product and doing what it advertises. All right, guys, so for today, that's all I've got. With fall rapidly coming in, I've got a lot of work to do around here trying to get those last minute, you know, outdoor things done before winter. So you better get back to it. But I just thought I'd show you that while I was working on that little project for a while this afternoon. It is a really cool little thing that you can do pretty inexpensively and easily. I just did that in like 20 minutes, and it'll make things a whole lot more convenient when the snow starts flying this winter. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll be back later with some more videos, guys. Take care. Have a good week. Let's see how it's going. Yeah, this little maple tree looks nice. You can see where the deer have eaten the top of it off. That's the problem that we have around here, is the deer will eat everything. Even if you plant a fresh patch of grass, you know, you sow your grass seed and have it start to pop up, then the deer will get into that and start trampling it around. It'll look like you have cattle in there, but it's actually looking pretty nice. I took some mesh that you use like for cattle fencing and things, and I just laid some sections of it down over the new grass seed, and you know, that it's kind of like a steel grate almost. It kind of deters the animals and the deer from getting in there and messing around with your grass seed. You got to do what you have to do around here to keep the critters out, but trying to get this to pop up before winter comes. Basically to prevent erosion, because this hill, the camera's not doing it justice, but this is quite a hill, and when it rains hard, the water comes flowing down through here really quickly and washes all the soil away. So I'm just trying to get some grass in here to keep the erosion at bay for the winter time. You guys fighting over the stick again. Why don't you just share? The stick's big enough for both of you. Let me break it in half. Yeah, tell him. Tell him. Say, come on, share that.